Hello and welcome back to the finishing line. We're here to talk about Punchestown.
Don't know where that was going.
We've been joined by John McConnell there, just back from the sales.
All right, John.
How you doing, John? Special guest.
Well done on your win last week at Aintree.
It's better than what Sean just said. He said I look like Gordo, like a gangster with a hat on. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that.
What's Gordo?
Sideways.
What am I doing?
That's better.
Welcome back. It's our Punchestown Festival preview. We're not going to touch on the race in the weekend. Straight to fucking stupid comments. There's people giving out about Fast and Vegas.
Oh, he's off already.
Couldn't even spell my name right either. It's fucking
That really bothers you.
Fucking really bothers me. Welcome back. Please do the usual. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're not, leave some constructive comments. Don't be like William H or M or whatever the fuck his name is.
Don't criticize Dave, basically. What he's
Punchestown. Punchestown.
Please view the website. Andrew will have the details right now.
Finishlinepod.com. Sorry, I'm reading. I'll put it up in a minute.
Anyway, Andrew will have the tips up there. Maybe myself and Tom and Sean might put one or two up for Punchestown. It's the last big festival of the jump season. Myself and Tom and Andrew are going Tuesday. Tom's going to drive up. We'll be there for some of the races.
Some?
All. Some, not a lot. Only one day, I meant.
Some, not a lot, all. On Tuesday.
Well, we're not there any other days.
Yeah.
But Tuesday looks a good card. I get to see Fast LV again, so I'm quite happy. It was Andrew's birthday the other day. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What age you?
Too fucking old.
I brought you a present.
Did you?
I did.
Hold up now. What's this? On air. Lovely. Dildo or something. Watch. Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Tom, drinking that in your car. Fantastic.
And a card.
Oh, yeah. Strip club.
See? And they think I'm not the nice one.
Thanks. You're not.
Tom, how you doing? Did you have a good weekend?
Good weekend, Dave. I've got this personal trainer on the go, and he's on to me about calories, workouts, drinking more water, all this kind of stuff. Absolute ball ache, but I'm doing it and seeing the results. So yeah, actually, first time I've had a very. I've counted calories all weekend. I'm a new man. I haven't had a drink all weekend.
That's a fucking lie.
Tom was doing weight last week as well. Lost weight last week.
I was doing some fencing in the garden yesterday and putting up some other stuff. No. I've got a fence that keeps falling down, so I had to do a proper job on it. And yeah, I got in and I was knackered, and I said, right, I'm gonna have a beer, and I had to turn to Callum. We won't give Callum's age away on here, but let's just say he probably shouldn't be in the pub. And I said, I said, Callum, have you got any of those beers left that you've got stashed down your room? And he said, I've got one. I said, I'll have it, please. Stuck it in the fridge, forgot about it, didn't drink it. So I'm just a reformed character, Dave.
Great and healthy habits.
Having a glass of wine Tuesday, Tom?
No, driving Tuesday. It's half the reason I've got an excuse not to drink. So.
Driving?
You?
No, I'm not drinking. I may have one Guinness, but that's it. Like, no, just one. Andrew, how are you? How's your birthday?
Grand.
How's the soccer?
Stop, will you? Fucking soccer mom every fucking weekend. I'm like,
you're getting a tan anyway.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Not just Tuesday. Won't be here. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
You've got the soccer mom car as well.
I do. 7-seater.
It does.
Works wonders.
Sean.
You throw the people you don't like in the boot and go over ramps really hard.
Sean's an Arsenal fan, so he's...
You're not starting.
Sean's reeling at the moment. Is that right, Sean?
Thanks for rubbing it in, yeah.
We're top of the league, no? We are one win away from clinching the A-League.
Arsenal or you?
Anyways,
no, Arsenal are bottling it. We're not like Arsenal. We don't bottle it. We're putting the league to bed. One win against Bows on tomorrow night. League is ours.
You're falling apart, Sean.
Yeah, Friday wasn't great. It was a bad start of the weekend. But listen, I had a good weekend after that. Didn't catch him with the racing, but into Punchestown this week, so it's all ahead of us.
Didn't catch any racing because he was in a dark room crying.
Yeah, to be fair, the race wasn't great. Scottish National was on, but it just wasn't great weekend.
I didn't see any of the
general.
racing. Let's be honest.
I was
I should have
really
won that, lads. I think I should have won that with a 50-1 shot. I don't know why he turned inside down the home straight. Should have given him a clean path, flashed the two Zane the horse I'm going on about in his door horse. Like he'd have obviously been second. I think he'd have probably beaten Kitty's Light if he just let him down the outside down the home straight. But anyway, that was annoying. That was a big one, 50-1.
He texted the group about that today. I didn't even know he's talking about it.
You tip up 50-1 shot.
I don't know, apparently so.
I did actually.
Anyway, we are here to talk about Punchestown, the main graded races like we've done for the other festivals. And we will start on Tuesday with Facile Moose. I'll just get the old names
Never
up
thought
here
I'd hear
now.
that out of your mouth at all.
We mean moose in a good way. It's like in Scotland when the Scottish call people cunts, but they mean it in a good way. He's a good cunt. Like that. That's what I say, honestly. So there you go.
Aren't they, really?
Brilliant.
4:15 at Punchestown, the KPMG champion novice hurl grade 1. There's been some bad comments in the comments about Facile Vega already, but Facile is 4-6 favourite. The Verge is 4-1. Il Était Temps is 5-1.
On the
Found
Purple
a 50.
Family.
Huh?
On the Purple Family.
Hollywood bets. Found a 50, 20-1. No looking back, 40-1. Facile Vega wins. Andrew?
Yeah. Should do.
Oh,
But what? Nah, he should win. But the one thing I think will go against him is the only thing I think will go against him is a small field. I don't think he'll enjoy a small field at all. Anytime he's running a small field, he gets lit up. He got a lovely pace and all that at Cheltenham where he's a big field. He got pace to aim at. Lite Tomp, if he doesn't jump out, what's going to take him forward? That's going to go fast enough to settle him. That's my only worry about him. Other than that, he should win. I don't like anything else in it. The Verge, look, he's 2 3/4 length to find on Facile. Elete Tomp was another 2 3/4 behind him. So there's not much between them when you consider all that. And if there's not a strong pace, it could be his downfall, but he has the class to win it. Elete Tomp has beaten him, so there is chinks in his armour, but he should win. Would I go hard on it at 4-6 on? No, I will not.
Sean, talk some sense, please.
Yeah, he does take the beating here. I don't think there's no doubt about that. I think he bounced right back at Cheltenham. Well, he got him spot on. He's just beaten by another good horse he matched. I think, as you said, with the pace, I'd imagine he probably will take the lead. If not found the 50, he likes to go gallop. But I think he'd probably be able to get it the way he wants in here. The only one I thought, the betting angle, I think Elite Tomp will turn the form with the Verge. I think the Verge was ridden very smart at Cheltenham. He's held out the pace. He didn't get into the heat of the battle going down to 2 out, and he picked him up late. I think Elite Tomp might turn that around. There's a bet without mark, and he's not odds against. I'd be interested in that.
Can I just say, I did say he'd win. I'm just saying that's the only worry.
I'm sure given reasons why he won't.
I'm not saying he won't. That'd be the only worry. If he gets lit up and he's not in the settle behind.
It makes no difference. He's not. What happened at Leopardstown was an anomaly, and it was too. There's nothing that's going to go.
And again,
like
it's the end of the season as well.
There's nothing that's going to go like high definition here, so it's all the one.
Yeah,
he should win. He theoretically should win easy enough.
You go back to the run of Christmas against Elite Tomp, and he led the whole way around and beat
Did we have a 1-4 or something shot beating this last year as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the fact that he's been there and he backed it up last season, I'd say that it's a positive as well. He went to Dublin Racing Festival, done Cheltenham, and then done Punchestown and won them all. So I'd say that's in his favour, and he bounced back after the DRF.
But he only beat a yak, didn't he, Dave?
Huh?
He only beat a yak at Punchestown last year.
Who did? Redemption Day. He's going to be back next year now.
Calling me yak all year. Mother of God.
He wouldn't have been facile, but it's all the one. Tom,
Yeah, look, I think on strict form, he probably takes the beating, doesn't he? I think the bubble has been well and truly burst, hasn't it? Obviously, with Leopardstown, I forgive him Leopardstown because he was lame the day after. I don't buy the whole fast paced stuff. You can keep that, but the fact that he was lame the day after is more of an excuse that I would give him. He got beat fair and square at Cheltenham by what looks a very good horse, but still he's a novice and he got beat. It doesn't happen too often to top class horses. Yeah, look, I think he's probably better than Ilite Tomp and Diverge on his day, isn't he? I don't know about Diverge. He's the one. He's fairly unexposed. He had that run around at Leopardstown at Christmas, and then won his maiden hurdle by a gazillion lengths, and then finished third in his Supreme. So maybe he's the one who could go and improve. Look, he'll probably win. I think we're well into silly season now, though. This is like round 3 of silly season after Fairy House and Aintree, and there is not a hope in hell's chance I'd touch him at 4 to 6. Would I lay him at 4 to 6 in this race? I don't think so either. So I think that probably says it all, really. A race to leave alone for me.
Tom just mentioned that top class horses don't get beaten as novices in the Supreme. Just 3 that come to mind that were beaten in the Supreme: Size and John, Hugh Card,
Correct.
Sprinter Sacra.
Correct.
That's just 3 that
Just
came to
into the
mind.
Min.
In a championship race for novices at Cheltenham. But that's just 3 that came to mind.
Okay.
Min is good, was good too. Min
But
was
the
good.
thing
Min was good too.
The thing with Facile, next year, I'm really looking forward to him. Step him up on trip, get him over a fence. That's where you'll see what he's really made of. He's not an out and out 2 miler.
You can't be top class. He was beating the Supreme Novice.
Damn it.
It's not what I said. Right? It's not what I said.
Exactly what I said.
He's just throwing the toys out of the pram.
It's the first anti-post bet. Facile Vega with a turner's out the window.
It's precisely what you
Thanks,
said.
Tom.
So you think that he just went too fast? You'll just keep talking now. But you think he just went too fast at Leopardstown? That's why he got beat.
No, we're not talking about Leopardstown. You were talking about Cheltenham.
Oh, so we're just saying ignore Leopardstown, ignore Cheltenham. Okay, that's fine. See where we're going with this.
What? How am I ignoring Cheltenham? I think Marine Moose is a very good horse.
Go on, Moose.
What's wrong with being beaten by a really good horse?
Nothing. You were talking this up about being the second coming now. I just don't think he is. You look at his form before that.
How good do you think Marine Moose is, Dave?
Extremely, I'd say.
Beat Constitution Hill, like?
Oh, I'd like to see him win a race against him. I doubt he'd beat him, but he'll get a lot closer than another horse, I'd say.
I don't think he'll ever get the credit he deserves because he's on the go since last summer.
His form is rock solid. He's unbeaten. Every horse that he's beaten has come out and won grade 1s.
The first grade 1 he won, that's working out really well.
The form of Supreme has already been franked numerous times. Like, Fassa got beat by a good horse over hurdles. Andrew has said all year that he needs to go up and trip. I think it's obvious that he will eventually go up and trip. He'll probably be a better horse over a trip. And he's huge. He's never going to be a champion hurdler. He was always going to go fencing. So, but you can't be top class if you get beaten Supreme. According to Tom. It's literally exactly what you said.
I have to watch this back now.
Anyway, Facile Vega on the steel.
You think there's any way he gets beat here, Dave?
No.
Okay.
Will you back him at that price?
Yeah.
I reckon he'll be even money on the day. I reckon they'll take him on.
One of them super boost things. All the bookies will have them super boost things.
Oh, William Hill. Even money, that tenner thing for Willie Mullen to have a winner.
Yeah, that kind
there
of
you
stuff.
go. That's even money.
Best of luck trying to get money on that.
You get tenner on it. That's all you get on it.
No, I better get €3 and 6 cents.
Yeah, that thing in the racing post, fella with 7 million different accounts. That's you next.
Dave, I lay you 8 to 11 if you want a bit of crack. If you want a bit of that.
No, Tom.
I'll back him at 4 to 6, but you won't back him on Tuesday.
I'll back him on Tuesday. I'm not backing him with you. No.
That's fine.
There'll be foreign tax and everything out of it.
Yeah.
VAT.
The last time someone done a bet with you, Sean Sinnott, 6 to 4, €50. He's put no wait now. Was it 5-4? Well, he was supposed to get 125 back. He only got 95 back. Something happened from going down the steps to coming back up the steps.
That's fine. We'll explain that story. Sean goes to me. We're at the combination. It's a good story to explain, and it might explain betting to some people, right? So Sean goes to me. Here's 50 quid. Put it on. What was it on?
Mighty Potter.
Mighty
Mate,
Plotter.
R.I.P.
So he says, here's 50 quid. Put it on Mighty Plotter for me. So I go down, and this is about 20 minutes before the off, and the horse is 10 to 11, right? So I put Sean's bet on and walk back up. There's your docket. Happy days. The horse goes out to, what's he go out to? 6-4 and back into evens or something. One of the lads managed to back him at 6-4, and Sean expects then the whole of the race course should have been able to back him at 6-4. Like, that's just not how it works. Like, you walk down, you take price, and that's it. Like,
Sean got scammed. That's as far as he's telling everybody anyway.
Value not achieved. No value achieved
You were supposed to be finding value. You should have waited in that parade ring till you got a better price.
Not a fucking chance. I went down, I had 20 quid on some random James de Burley, I think it was. And I came back up again. I was not interested.
Fucking James de Burley. Anyway, on to the second race we're covering on Tuesday.
Never asked us who we think would win.
Fight. Huh?
Never asked us who we think would win.
Everyone said Facile Vega.
Yeah, true.
There's no need to ask. 5:25.
So defensive with him.
The William Hill Champion Chase, Grade 1, over 2 miles. Energy Man, 2-5. Gentleman to Me, 5-1. Blue Yak, 9-1. Shashan,
Pushwa.
33-1. Oh, Magic Idiot, 33-1. And Rebel Gold, 60s. I like that. Rebel Gold's not a bad horse. He's out of his depth there.
Would you like choice and grade races?
He's not a bad horse. Sean, Energamine, surely.
Magic choice.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened with this fella in Cheltenham in January. I don't know. He must have been sent there 50% fit. Because
the white fences.
Yeah.
Colorblind.
The white fences probably didn't leave his box for about 3 months, but he turned it around at Cheltenham. I think that was probably a career best at Cheltenham. I thought he was unbelievable. You knew how to jump on the first fence. He was exactly back to where he was. He backed up hit.
Brennan team.
Yeah, but Tom, like, he done it on the steel coming up the Cheltenham Hill. How many horses you see win the champion chase like that?
Well, most 165 plus horses, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not his sort of.
I was in flying form tonight.
Edwardstone.
Drink.
See what happens when you wean him off the drink. You get to
this
the
Dave's
mood.
fault now. Blame Dave for this.
No, and I think no way, Tom. He was. I think that was his best. You won't see many horses come up the Cheltenham Hill like that in a champion chase and win as easy as you want. I think you bounce back. Yeah, he's done it the last 2 years. Gone out in Cheltenham to Punchestown, and Gentleman to Me. If Nogamene turns up, you'd bounce off him. So it's a Nogamene for me.
Yeah, I'll take this next because I reckon the two lads are going to say Gentleman to Me on the spring ground. But like, Gentleman to Me beat Blue Lord at Dublin Race Festival. Blue Lord, his form is not up to the standard at all. I gave him a chance in the Ryanair and he was fucking abysmal. Beating Edwardstone last year at Aintree, fair enough, was decent. Edwardstone, although one good race this season, he hasn't been great either. He's a bit of a disappointment. And Energamine, whatever happened at Cheltenham, all his other runs or wins, bar the race against Shishkin. Shishkin's had his problems, but he's just a top-class horse on his day when he doesn't run sideways and decide he doesn't want to jump and everything else. I think Energamine will win by like 10 lengths, to be quite honest. So, Andrew,
why would I put up Gentleman to Me against him here after what I done at Punchestown at Cheltenham?
I don't know.
But apparently it wasn't that good.
What?
It was
Apparently
good.
it wasn't that good.
I think Gentleman to Me will be second. I don't think he'll beat Energamine any stretch of imagination. If you want to back him without the favourite. Because Blue Lore's not up to much. Shashan Pushwa is about to be retired. Magic Jays has no hope in hell. And that Rebel Gold has no hope in hell. He's a bet without the favourite. What price he'd be, I don't know. Energamine wins this with his head in his chest like he did last year. I just think he wins. No point saying much more. Energamine wins. Gentleman will be second. The rest of them will be gasping for air.
Tom?
Yeah, I'd be saying, Andrew. I'd be playing the reverse forecast here. Look, it's Punchestown. It's the end of the season. I mean, nobody thought an Ergamine was going to get beat at Cheltenham, did they? In January.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably go and win. And Sean, I think you're probably right there. I think he probably did take it easy on him, and he wasn't fully revved. I think you're.
He's got to be.
I look, most likely Hood is he's gonna win. I think, as Andrew said, Gentle to me is a clear second pick. Beat Blue Lord well at Leopardstown in February. Post Christmas is when this lad kicks into good form. We saw it last year where he ended up winning the Grade 1, and we saw it again this year at Leopardstown. He comes into this fresh. I think if anyone's going to get anywhere near him, it's going to be Gentleman to me. I think it'll 100% be second. I'll be playing the place market as well if I can. Very keen on him as the alternative. But look, he should go and win an Ergamine, but I'll play the other lad to place and the forecast rather than backing him at 2-5.
I have a funny feeling on Twitter you're going to see a Tony Bloom big bet on this.
Like,
one of those ones where he goes in.
The race in January, like, I agree. I don't agree in a way that I don't think he obviously wasn't fully fit, wasn't fully ready, but he was ready enough to run his race because they wouldn't have brought him to Cheltenham otherwise. Remember, he made a Horlicks at the second last.
Yeah, it was.
But that put everyone's mind in doubt of what he was. He won a championship last year. He came here this race after Cheltenham last year, and he absolutely destroyed Shaq and Puswa.
Yeah,
he just wins.
On reflection, we probably should have forgave him his bad run at Cheltenham in January.
Yeah, I still kick myself over it.
Otherwise, he's been really good. On to the last one. An Ergamine, Tom.
An Ergamine to win, but Gentle to me, forecast in place, definitely.
Sean?
An Ergamine.
On to the last one on Tuesday, the 6:35, and it is the Dooley Insurance Group Champion Novice Chase, Grade 1, over 3 miles, half a furlong. Journey with me. I don't know what I tried to say.
Journey with me?
I tried to make that French.
You did, didn't you?
Journey with me. 11-4. Sir Gerhard, 3-1. Appreciated, 4-1. Classic Getaway, 5-1. Fairnilly, 10-1. And James de Burley, 18-1.
I like that.
James.
You throw that in there, no one know what happens.
Yeah, he's useless.
Yeah, terrible.
How about you, Andrew? Who are you going for?
I think the sleeper in here is Classic Getaway. He's coming back from a slight setback to the season where he won his beginner's chase at Gorn Park at the start of the season, where Manila Crooner. Which one was it? Crooner.
Manila
Crooner.
Cocooner.
Manila Cocooner. Willie Mullins won.
Was second.
Journey with me fell when he was gasping for air, like he does when he comes off the bridle. I'm not sold on him in the slightest.
The Kim Muir winner was also in that race.
He was. That was it.
Angels Dawn.
Yeah. I'm just not sold on Journey with me whatsoever. I don't see 3 miles being what he wants at all. I just think when he comes off the bridle, he finds not much, to say the least. Sir Gerhard, you can't be backing this fella. He can go and win all he wants. Since he come back to chasing, he's ran a Gorn over 2 miles. He's ran 2.5 at, save me, Ferryhouse. He ran 3 miles at Cheltenham, and now he's back down to 2.5. That's 2 very hard races back to back at the 2 festivals. This is 3 mile. What did I say? 2.5. Sorry, 3 mile. This is 2 hard races back to back at 2 big festivals. He can't be like still at the peak of his powers. So I can't be backing him, and I'm surprised actually that Patrick is riding him and Paul Townend is still on. Appreciate can go away from me now after this season. He's just not anywhere near what he was. So that brings you down to Classic Getaway again, who is the one coming in there fresh as a daisy. Danny Mullins is on him. Canny Danny. He won his beginner's chase on him. He was an okay hurler. There was a lot of hype about him over his price tag, but he jumped fences around Gorn Park really well. That was on really heavy ground. I assume we won't have any worries ground-wise. You get away at least once a season. Fresh Angle 5-1, I think, is a great price for him. I think he's a lot more left than him. and I think he could live up to the price tag on Tuesday. I really like him for Tuesday. He could be one of the best bets.
Tom?
Yeah, agree with Andrew again on this one. I think it'd be definitely my best bet at Tuesday anyway. Classic getaway. For pretty much exactly the same reasons. Journey with me. I'll take him on. He's favourite. I'll just have to take him on there. I think Sir Gerhard hasn't looked like the old Sir Gerhard, and he's had a couple of hard runs now. I appreciate it. Fair play to his constitution, because he's gone Leopardstown really hard race at Dublin Racing Festival. Cheltenham really hard race, and Fairyhouse really hard race. He's got a tongue tie on him first time. Interesting to see if that makes a difference, but I would much rather take Classic Getaway here. Coming into this fresh, as Andrew said, jumped really well at Goran, was going to beat Journey with me. Maybe the ground might make a slight difference with Journey with me, but still I take him to beat him. I think Kakuna is a good horse anyway, and Angel's Dawn has come out and shown he's not a bad horse either. I'm quite sweet in him. You should note as well that Danny Mullins has ridden him in his last 2 starts, and he rode him in that beginner's chase at Goran. So I'm sure Paul has first pick, but I'm not surprised that they left Danny Mullins on this lad, especially as Patrick rode Sir Gerhard last day as well. So I think 5-1 is a fair bet.
Sean?
Yeah, I took a punt at an outsider here myself. I wanted it done like Johnny with me. So Gerhard Appreci have done Cheltenham at Fairyhouse. This is the 3rd festival in quick succession. I want to take them on as well. Classic Getaway, off a little bit of a break, and I don't know if he wants really soft ground. So I come down on a horse here for Ronelly. He's really intrigued me. He started off the season in bumpers. He ran in the Dublin Race Festival bumper. He then went first time over hurdles in a grade 2 at Kelso, and ran into 4th. But then he was brought out the last day, and I didn't know what was going on, to be honest. He's trained by a very shrewd man in Emma Mullins. He was sent in chasing, and he wasn't even sent in novice chasing. He was sent into open company, where he went and took on Bacchusson and Chacun Poursuit. Yeah, he was getting away from them, but I just thought going into open company first time, and he ran a hell of a race up to 3 miles for the first time. He was only behind Bacchusson, who's a solid 160 horse. I think he ran a smasher. He was staying onto the line. His jumping was good all round. He made 1 or 2 novice mistakes, but I'd say he'll improve for the experience. And I thought at 10-1 he was being overly looked in there. As I said, such a good run in open company. I think if he's to come on again, send them this late novice chasing the season. I wonder had Emma Mullins got his eye on this race, being probably weak the way it's looking, and a chance to maybe go and nick a race with this fella. So I've taken about a 10-1 off Ronelly.
He's random, that horse, isn't he? I'm not sure how many horses we've ever seen that have literally been placed in a grade 2 bumper at the Dublin Racing Festival, and from then onwards, before the end of the season, have ran in grade 2 novice hurdles and a grade 1 novice chase. It's very strange. I think I'm surprised they didn't stay hurdling this season. I can see why after his bumper they said, right, I was amazed they actually ran him in a maiden hurdle and won it. This kind of horse, you'd normally just throw him into graded novice hurdles, and if he wins one, you're delighted. If he doesn't, he's novice for next season. But he's not a novice hurdler now next season, and he's not a novice. He won't be a novice tracer if he wins this either. So if he wins this, he's going to have had 6 runs in his life, including his point-to-point run, and he'll be out of novice company. It's a bit mad.
Yeah, I thought it was intriguing myself, Tom. That's what I was wondering what was going on. I said it the last day to Dave, and he was running that Cork, and especially in open company, he ran a good race. I think he's being overlooked in here.
With the trainer being the gangster, he's doing something with the horse, but I don't see him winning this. But
I don't see him getting anywhere.
He's definitely doing something. I just don't think it'll be on Tuesday. It's something.
Yeah,
there's something planned for at least 2 years down the line.
But I don't think it's this. Sir Gerhard.
My thing was many of these 160 Bacchusson. Could you see many of them getting? What would he do to these in here?
He won't do anything to them in there. Bacchuson's
a
good horse.
I like him.
He's a very good horse. He's not winning that.
Sir Gerhard twice at Punchestown last 2 years has bombed out at the end of the season, so I'd be against him, and he's ran 3 times since January in tough races. Although that race at Gorn was only a few runners, very heavy ground that day,
and he
he walked through a fence. Journey with me, yeah, I wouldn't be backing him at 11-4. So I'm with Classic Getaway as well. I think the form of the race is decent. Journey with me, he fell in that race, but he was beaten anyway. And although we didn't see him in Ellicacooner, he's a decent enough horse as well. So yeah, Classic Getaway for me as well.
Could be, if this thing wins, it could be 2 days at Punchestown Festival.
No. Andrew, final selection.
Classic Getaway.
Tom.
Classic Getaway, yeah.
Sean.
Fronley.
And Classic Getaway for me. We're on to Wednesday. I get it up here now. That's not the right date.
That's not the right words either.
I didn't mean it like that. If you took it like that, that's your own fault.
That's what she said.
The first one on Wednesday is the Irish Mirror Novice Hurdle Grade 1 over 3 miles. Gaelic Warrior is 4-5.
Wow.
Sander Clegane is 9-2. 3 Card Bragg 5-1. Affordale Fury 11-2. Fabrice de Champ 6-1. Harry de Ongray 10-1. Salvador Ziggy 10-1 and 12-1 Bar. A good race.
He was literally 11-8 before the United game kicked off.
Can the Garlic Moose do it?
I backed him at 7-4 no more than 2 hours ago.
You can go do it at that price for all I care.
Tom, Gaelic Warrior.
Well, I think you'll remember at the start of the anti-post videos, I actually put this horse up for the Albert Bartlett. So it was me who first saw that this lad wanted 3 miles. I think.
I don't think he wants 3 miles.
You did it at the wrong time, Tom. I think we done it at the right time, and you done it at the wrong time.
Yeah, we see now he's up in trip. If only he'd have gone up in trip, he'd won that Bartlett handy. Yeah, he ran into a freak, didn't he, in Perret Pass? Yeah, I think he'll win. I think. I don't see any reason he won't stay, and I think he'll bolt up. Would I back him 45? Nope.
Andrew?
I'm skeptical about him wanting 3 miles. I think he has a lot of pace. You saw it there at Cheltenham. He was very keen and pulling his way through the race. And look, he stayed on well enough, but when you're going up against horses like Sandor Clegane, who stays at 3 miles, wants every bit of the 3 miles, it's going to be a very good performance to beat someone like that. I all day take Sandor Clegane over him at that price, especially when we don't know that he's stayed 3 miles yet. So 92 of Sandor Clegane, look, he didn't get the best ride in the Albert Bartlett. 92, I think he'll run a massive race. 3 Car Bragg will have an extra £20 on his back if Adrian Heskin's over. Affordable Fury was second in the Bartlett, but I'd like to see him do something like that again. But I think Sandor will overturn that form. So, yeah, I think 92 5-1. I think he's an each way bet to not in Sandor again, especially when you have will Garlic Bread stay, won't he stay? Yeah, Sandor with me.
Sean?
Yes, it's Gaelic Warrior on here. I can't believe this price change. I don't know whether that tells you probably something's not going to turn up. Maybe there's news broken that other horses maybe aren't going to turn up. But he was 7-4 no more than 2 or 3 years ago. But I said it at the Cheltenham. I wanted to see this fella stepped up to 3 miles, and he's going right-handed. It's not left-handed this time. He won all first 3 starts of the season, and then he went up against Imperial passing the Ballymore. I think he was no disgrace in there. He ran a great race. I'd be questioning the jockey on some of the riding. He wanted to be in Imperial Pass's position, and he jumped up and took it, but then he took a pull and went back in behind. I think he could be a very, very good stay. He stayed all the way to the line. He fought on for second. He's really strong form from that Ballymore, and I'm all over him in here.
And I will take him on as well. But I'm going to take him on with Salvador Ziggy. Second in the Pertemps at Cheltenham. I thought he should have won that race, to be honest. He was kind of ran around towards the end of it. Definitely stays 3 miles. I think he's a good each way price. I like Sandor Clegane, but I think you see the best of him over a fence. So I'm going to go each way on Salvador Ziggy.
I can't believe you just abandoned him.
Sandor Moose.
I can't believe you've abandoned him. What are you doing?
Hey, you can't back with your head, Tom. You can't back with your heart, Tom.
It's not even like if you go back to the last few seasons of the Albert Bartlett, that horn. Wow. that form has
I'm glad I'm
upheld
not
him
in that studio tonight.
when it's come to Punchestown. When it's come to Punchestown that season, like a lot of them have done it again. Like
That's good for them.
Like garlic bread, he was only a length or so ahead of Cham Coyley, and there's a small bit back to Goodland then as well. If you put, I don't know, I think the price is
It's good for them.
Lads,
But
I think. Listen, I'd
two-
say that
go on, Sean.
I think that weight of money is massive. That's moved a lot, and I think they really wanted to get him up to 3 miles. Patrick Munn said it after the last day. I think he's still probably the same price. I'd taken a price on him for the RSA. He's 20-1. He goes and win this, he's going to be clipped massively. I think he's going to relish a step up.
he wants a high five.
That's another really key thing. Right-handed.
Yeah.
Right-handed. Massive thing for this horse. Massive thing. He's back right-handed. You'll see a different animal. I think he'll win this and win it handy. Dave, I can't believe you've deserted Sandor Moose because of you can't back your heart over your head, but you're back in Facile at 4-6.
Yeah. Look, I just want Facile to be a top class horse, but I know he can't now because he didn't win the Supreme Novice. He can't be if.
Oh, that's another T-shirt.
Sprinter Sacra. I can't believe.
Yak.
He's substandard horse.
Substandard. Sizen John, worst Gold Cup winner ever.
Q card.
Fell apart.
Substandard.
Oh,
Saddens me really.
it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. What could have been? What could have been?
8-11.
Bouvard there.
Alfroth.
8-11. Someone had asked
Dave 8-11 again. I'm just giving a second time.
I thought you were saying Gaelic Warrior 8-11. Someone had asked Dave's having a write off if that's the case.
Bouvard there, 2 champion hurdles. Came
Yak.
third in the Supreme.
Bad champion hurdles.
Yeah. Useless. Should have retired him early.
They should have stopped that for the Supreme.
Final selection.
Sandor.
Salvador Ziggy each way. Tom.
Gaelic Warrior.
Sean.
Gaelic Warrior.
On to the 5:55, and it's the Ladbrokes Punchestown Gold Cup 3 mile Grade 1. Gallopin Deschamps 2-7 favourite. Brave Man's Game is in here, but I don't know if he's going to be allowed to run. 5-1. Envoy Allen, he won't be. There you go. Tom just said he won't be allowed to run.
Gallopin Deschamps, move on.
Envoy Allen 15-2. Hewick 16-1. Fury Road 20s. Faster, slow 40s. Yeah, look, we've talked about him loads. I think Gallopin will win. There's no real point in spending a lot of time on the race. In my
Best
opinion,
horse in training we'll get to see on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Gallopin all day long. Doing backflips, handstands, moonwalk over the line. Fantastic.
Very
Lap
nice.
it in, enjoy it.
Tom.
Yeah, Gallopin. You hear some of the people talk about some of the details that John Danskan's case. I'd be amazed if they let that horse run. That's with lawyers now, basically. And yeah, I think that leaves Gallopin, doesn't it? Envoy, as me and Cubo were saying to you, Dave, Cheltenham horse, really good Cheltenham form. Has bombed out of Punchestown. I fancied Blue more. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you have to take your pick.
Silly, going against a great Cheltenham horse for Blue Lord.
That's a great podcast today.
It was an error. Yeah, it was definitely an error. Hindsight's a great thing. Should have backed him. But yeah, I fancy Hewitt might run a big race and finish behind him. But yeah, I think Gallopin's got the measure of these big time.
Sean.
Yeah, the second best horse in training. Gallopin will take the beating here. If Envoy Allen beats him, I will not have another bet for the rest of the week. Because I just don't see how he's going to beat him. And as Tom's touched on it, I think Hewitt could run a massive race in the Gold Cup. I wouldn't be half surprised if he beat Envoy Allen here.
Hewitt to beat Envoy Allen?
Gallopin, length bet.
There's a nice bet now.
Length bet.
Full
blogger on this.
Full house
full blogger.
Full house for Gallopin.
I knew Tom would have.
You're going to give Dave 500 quid on your Twitter as well tomorrow.
Who won that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's real. On to the...
I'm going to do that tomorrow and pretend I give it to you.
Yeah, okay, I don't mind. There's no racing on tomorrow though. Tuesday.
Is there no racing tomorrow?
Well, they're like Punchestown. It's not on tomorrow.
We'll do some yak and Wolverhampton.
No. 6:30 at Punchestown. The bumper, Grade 1. Dream to Share is in here. A Piece of Heaven. There's a nice ring to it. A dream to share and a piece of
I
heaven.
thought, was that?
It's there, look.
I thought you were talking about a dream to share.
Ballyburn, Better Days Ahead, Dancing City, Encanto Bruno, Facile Mode. It's not for me.
He's back.
Oh, the horse that Patrick Mullins was definitely going to pick at Cheltenham and was definitely going to win. He did not win. He came 5th. King of Kingsfield, No Time to Wait, Quantum Storm, Rack Gall Boy, Tully Hill. He's a nice horse. Western Diego and Dollar Nolla Mitt. Never heard of him. There you go. Tom,
Great name.
it's not for you. He's back. He's going to lose your money again?
Wow.
Wow.
That was harsh.
Oh,
That was mean.
I told him one of these things will eventually come off for him.
Ground
Sean went there. Look, Sean even took him down. Look, you deserted him.
Yeah, I know. See, that was the issue. You
Oh,
got
there's two of 'em.
You were too invested too quickly.
Do you know what he's had to do now? He's had to bulk buying pictures of it to me in the whole time. He's going to win the champion bumper.
That's fucking.
And
It's for
Sell
Tom.
him
I
on
never
eBay.
brought it to BRF. But
That's fucking. That's James de Burley. See, he's not denying it.
oh no, that's not. That's it. That's definitely it for me.
No, it don't look like him.
When he blew up the Twitter world, that's when he won in the snap. So
and it blew down.
I can see white socks on him. That's not him. Tom.
Yeah, look, Ground went against him and he got a fairly toss ride, in my opinion.
Jesus, the champion jockey.
No.
yeah, I was just about to say it, Tom, as well.
Wow.
He did. He beat Captain Cody ahead. I'd say he's a 15 length better horse than Captain Cody. I won't desert him here. I'll take him again. I still think he's got the chance to be a very good horse. And Dave, some horses get beat and they're still very good horses.
I know, Tom. I said it. I said that to you earlier.
It's a shame about the Supreme, though. Shame.
It's a shame about Supreme though because you can't pick the Supreme.
Listen to this
You're
shite
fucking
thing.
finished. Finished.
We can do this for an hour and 40 minutes in the car now on
Gotta be
Tuesday.
careful what you say around us, Tom. Sean,
A fucking day out with Jason Statham and fucking Eddie Howe on.
Oh.
I had a great win today.
Yeah, it won't shut
5-0
up.
up at half time. Great manager performance.
6-1. Sean,
Yeah, I will be back in this for me. I'm gonna take on I reckon the Dream to Share is gonna be the favourite. I just want to take him on. I'm taking him on all season. It's for me,
How's
as
that
Tom said.
How's that working out?
Yeah,
this
not
really
working out.
hasn't worked out for you at all, Sean, because you were adamant for 3 months from January on. I will eat my own willy if that form from Dublin Racing Festival stands up and a Dream to Share wins. There's no way.
First and
There's
second.
no way he's the best bumper horse. And then
Yeah.
that yoke that came second, what's the Fact to Fire? He's the slowest bumper horse I ever saw. First and second.
No, 100%. He's gonna be a 3-mile plotter next year. But
All I
it's
hear
for
is
me.
excuses.
No, listen, I want to take on that Dream to Share 100%. If I get it wrong again, I've got it wrong 4 times. It won't be the first time. But I think he was Tom touched on it. I don't think he was given the best ride. He was way too far back, and he was the only horse to come down the inside at Cheltenham, while the other two went out the other side and went for the better ground. I think the ground's definitely going to be better here. I think if he was ridden more prominent, you might see the real him, and I reckon the experience is going to bring him on. But the other one I'll be backing as well is Ballyburn. He was very good on debut, very, very good. He was backwards. He done plenty wrong. He was keen for 2 miles. But then he had to go and quicken twice. They had to go and quicken when they quickened up the race, and then he got caught about 2 or 3 lengths behind, and he had to quicken again to go by them, and he was no more impressive than when he hit the line very hard. There was whispers that maybe the best bumper horse was still at home going to Cheltenham. I'd have a feeling it could be him. So it'd be them two on here for me.
Andrew.
Yeah, I think a Dream to Share will uphold form with anything else that ran the champion bumper. Very interested to see how this Ballyburn goes on. I won't have a bet in this race, simply the fact that I just don't like bumpers. But I think a Dream to Share will uphold, and I think I'm looking forward to see how Ballyburn runs, because people seem to be backing him for a Ballymore already.
Yeah, I think Ballyburn is the interesting one. I'd side with him because I think the horse that's also entered in here, the Morn Yak Quantum Storm, is a decent enough horse. Will be a decent enough hurdler next year. So That's probably a good race. So Ballyburn for me. Final selection, Tom.
It's for me.
Sean.
Ballyburn is for me.
Oh, he said Ballyburn first.
Tom is not impressed. Tom is not impressed.
Alphabetically.
Tom is officially now the head of the It's For Me fan club.
Nah,
Tom,
B comes
congratulations
before,
on your
right,
promotion to the head of the It's For Me fan club. Well deserved.
I would have laid 100-1 that on this podcast, Sean would deserve It's For Me, and David.
No, Tom. No.
If you like a horse that much, you can't put two up in the race.
Backtrack.
Tom, I am very proud of you sticking to your guns. Well done.
Backtracking.
It's alphabetically. B comes before.
No.
That's it.
I forget. I can't even say the word.
I did. Backtracking. Ballyburn for me.
I dreamed this year. Not that I'm going to have that in it, but anyway.
Okay, we're on to Thursday.
Thursday.
The 5:25 on Thursday, and it is the Labrook Champion Stairs Hurdle Grade 1. Tihupo 5-2, Classical Dream 9-2, The Fish 6-1, Sire de Burley was his most incredible horse ever 6-1, Asteroid Kaboom 9-1 and 10-1 bar. Anyone want to take this first? Have a strong
Fish cake.
Andrew thinks Monkfish is going to win, apparently.
Monkfish wins and then wins the Stairs Hurdle next year.
Okay.
Look, he had a great comeback around Fairhouse behind Asterion Falange. Former Albert Bartlett winner, no problem staying 3 miles. Multiple Grade 1 winner. I think hurdles for another. I don't think that. I want him to go back chasing next season, but then I don't want him to go up against Gallopin because I don't think he'll beat Gallopin. The Stairs Hurdle division is there for the taking. I know Rich Ritchie probably won't like the thought of it whatsoever, but if he goes win this, they'll find it hard not to go to that because it's a piss poor division for honest about it. So the Burley still win Grade 1s with the help of Outdoor Stables. It's allegedly. It's a wide open. Again, he's fresh as a daisy. He's going to have one run this season. If he comes on from that again, he travels. You can put him anywhere. He has a kick and he stays.
What happens if he bounces?
If he bounces, he bounces. He bounces. I'd be still winning. What is he? 5-1?
At 6.
6-1. I take 6-1 over Tihupo any day of the week. Tihupo, who apparently wants soft ground and heavy ground and everything else to go with it.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he's a little rat. I like that word that you use. He looks like a little rat. I just it'll always stick in my mind what he done the second he went past the line at Gorn Park.
He looks very similar to Constitution Hill, doesn't he?
Small and rotten looking.
That's what Constitution Hill looks
Small
like.
And rotten looking. Second he hit the line at Gorn Park in the Galmoy, he stopped to war.
That was Sean, by the way.
I don't give a fuck. He's at an abandoned It's For Me. He can go do one.
Wow.
Constitution Hill is good, but he does look like a rat.
Yeah,
Tihupo and Constitution Hill in the same sentence. Wow.
No, it's just they're
like you can't say a horse's name, and it doesn't mean you're comparing them to him. You're comparing them to him looks.
They look alike.
They look like rats. One is good.
One is
not so good. Monkfish. I think the price is way too big, and I think he's by far the classiest in the race. If he doesn't bounce, I think he just wins.
No, we're only saying he looks like him, Sean. There's no reason to get so touchy.
Yeah.
Andrew looks like Eddie Howe and he couldn't manage his fucking finances.
Hey, excuse you. I have an 11A team at the top of the league, 7 points clear. We win one more game. We're the champions.
I put on a turtleneck, look like Jason Statham.
That's a lie. We just say that to rub your ego.
Couldn't beat me with out of a paper bag. So they do look like. Who are you going for?
Fuck off.
Monkfish. Sean.
Yeah, I was the same. I wanted to take on Tihupo. I just don't like him. Classical Dream. He's the wise guy, shrewd guy, horse and hair, isn't he? I'm gonna go. I'm on Andrew's side here, to be honest with you. Monkfish. He was 713 days off the track, and he ran a smashing race the last day. Over 2.5 miles, only to be beaten a half a length by a Asterion Kaboom. He was doing his best work at the finish over a trip that was too short for him. I do have inverted commas here saying bounce. That is the only worry. It's probably about 3 weeks, I'd say, since his last run. But I definitely think he has been overlooked at 6-1. He has the ability, and he's my pick in here.
Tom?
I'm going to take Classical Dream. I think if you look at his form, he's had 2 runs now over 3 miles at Cheltenham, and he just doesn't get home, does he, up that hill? The first time, they're both officially described as soft, but if you want to see why going descriptions aren't always accurate, go and watch those 2 races next to each other. One was proper soft ground, which was this year, and he didn't get home at all. The year before, he was only beaten 5 lengths, but still didn't stay, and that was a bit better ground. So I'm happy to pull a line for those ones. You then look at his Punchestown form. He's had 3 runs at the Punchestown Festival, and he's won all of them. 2 in this race even. So yeah, I'm really keen on him. I think this is his gig. This is where he shows up. The form says that. The form says he doesn't run well at Cheltenham. He's run well this season. Other than that, yeah, I'm pretty sweet on him. Actually, I'll take on Tehupu. I'll take on Montfish. I thought it was a really, really good comeback, but my worry is, Dave, as you said, that was only 17 days ago. I wonder will they even run here. I don't know. I'd say they'll be having a discussion about that. And then Sire Burley, Jesus, he's danced the last 2 dances very well, hasn't he? But yeah, I'd take him on. And then you're into Steering Filons and Queensbrook. So I think Classical Dream 9-2. I think you're getting a solid bet there. I think he'll be more like 11-4, 3-1 on the day.
Yeah, it's not a race that I've a strong opinion in. Classical Dreams form and Punchestown very strong. He won the race twice, as Tom said, and he won the novice hurdle, the 2-mile race the year after. He won the Supreme Novice as well. I go with an outsider, one of Henry's horses, Somerville Boy.
Henry horse?
Andrew. Just
a Henry horse.
Something,
yeah, Henry horse.
He's just tipped.
It is him. I can confirm it is him.
Somerville Boy.
Henry the Bromhead trained horse.
He's been progressive since he came to Henry's. He was trained in England before that by Tom George. He once won a Supreme Novice hurdle. Remember that?
Andrew, I don't know if this is a wind-up or not.
Look at me. No, he's dead serious.
Or his eyes like this.
No, he's dead serious.
I'm a bit tired, all right, but he beat not Classical Dream. He beat Asterion Forlange, and then Asterion Forlange came out and won the race at Ferryhouse, the Grade 2. So I think Somerville Boy is a big price at 16-1, and anything could win this race.
Will you trust that you find out the bridle?
Huh?
Will you trust that he will find off the bridle?
Somerville Boy. Oh yeah, but he's just a bit of a dope, really. Like a good dope, though.
Would you give us a match bet with Classical Dream? I know you don't like Classical Dream that much.
Is he high?
I don't know who's high anymore.
Yeah, neither do I. I can't believe you just.
I don't know who's high anymore. I
literally just said Classical Dream. I can understand why people like him because he's won 3 times at the festival.
You did.
Yeah, because I said him. But would you give me a match bet against Somerville Boy?
No, you can have a different horse, but not Classical Dream, obviously. When I think he's the
Spunkfish.
Champ.
Yeah. Champ, yeah, no problem. No, Champ versus Somerville Boy. Yeah. Champ versus Somerville Boy.
Champ even
anti-post rules apply.
No. You were giving me against Classical Dream. Let me pick a horse here.
No, because I like Classical Dream.
That's not how bet works, Tom.
Here's a good
pick horses for us.
You don't get to decide. Bookies don't do that. Like, no, you're not backing him. Back this fella.
You stand to lose more.
So I'll take Asterion Forlange against Somerville Boy. Match bet.
He won't stay.
Okay.
That's a fair match bet, I think. That's one of the fairest.
He won't stay. You collect, Dave. Take your money now.
Yeah, I'll do that.
There you go.
6:35 on Thursday. The Barberstown Castle Novice Chase, Grade 1, 2 miles. There's no betting.
1-4.
1-4.
1-4. El Fabulous.
Dice Heart 5s. Not long till May 6 is Saint Wa. 8 Indiana Jones.
Yeah, look.
5s.
El Fabulous should win. St. Ross won about 1 million times this year already. So, and poor old Dice Heart Dino is just a bit of a lunatic, really, isn't he?
El Fab first, Saint Wa second.
Tom.
Oh yeah, Alfab, absolute aeroplane. He got beaten in novice hurdle at Aintree actually as well. Came second to John.
He's okay though.
It's funny,
In
yeah.
Cheltenham.
Turned out to be a very
It's
good
clearly-
horse.
It's clearly just the curse of the supreme novice.
It's terrible. So many horses. So many horses. What could have been?
Fucking wish they
Tom,
ran faster.
You know you're never gonna live that down now.
Oh, never. No, they're
Ever.
all going to bring it back to that now. Yeah. I know I'm mad keen on him. I love his breeding. He's like Spanish Moon, who is a very good sire. And he's out with Saint Mare, who's the king of dam sires. So yeah, he's got a hell of a page. I think he's a freak. I love him. Yeah.
He's a super.
Do you know Gallopin Deschamps got bet in a couple of races before he started winning too?
Yeah, he got back to that Limerick, I believe.
Shame.
He didn't do much since.
Sean.
As a wise Scottish man says, "Hell fabulous." He's gonna take some beating here. I don't even know what's gonna turn up here. Not long till May. Is he gonna turn up St. Lawrence? Gone to Aintree and Dysart Dynamo's fruitcake. So he just wins this.
A clean sweep for El Fabulous. On to Friday, the 525 Paddy Power Champion Hurdle. A grade 1 over 2 miles. Entries are Ballyadam, Colonel Mustard, who doesn't know how to win a race. Poi the Yak.
Do you have it?
No betting, no. I'll go back to the start. Statements 4-7, Vauban 5-1, Pied Piper 7-1, Sharjah 8-1, Zanahir 10-1.
Say it. He won't even say the name.
Echoes and Yak.
Yak in Yak 10-1. Epitant 16s, Ballyadam 25s, Colonel Mustard 33s. Tom, Statement.
No.
He should go and do the business here, shouldn't he? He looks by far the best horse in Ireland before he went to Cheltenham, and then he looked by far the best horse behind Constitution Hill at Cheltenham. So look, again, he's another one of these. It's like Facile Vega. On the form, he should win. 4-6, I'm not going to back him. 4-7, I'm not going to back this lad. Who would I
say
go
it, Tom?
I'd probably, there was a mare, she ran well here last year and she won a grade 1 novice here the year before. Her Punchestown form is good and I think she's consistent and tough and I'd back her each way. Her name's Echoes in Rain.
Oh.
Sean.
Argue with that, lads. Argue all you want.
There's nothing to argue with. She's a dickhead. Like,
you can call her what you want, Dave. She's got the form in the book. And I
just did, Tom.
Exactly. You can call her what you want. It's fine. She's got the form in the book. You can't argue with it.
It's good form. Great form. It is.
Grade 1 and a second behind, 2 grade 1s and a second behind Honeysuckle. Yeah.
Great, yeah. Great horse.
Very good.
Yeah.
She's
doesn't do anything wrong or fall or run sideways. Sean.
4-1. That's all.
There's a couple of shorties this week, Dave, but GSI mode has been fully activated here, and I've got stuck in the statement.
4-7, 4-6
and 4-7. I've got stuck in.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, lads, I think he.
All right, Bogger. All right, now.
He's bashed. He's bashed all these. Honestly, there's a couple of shorties this week, but he's the same price as Facile Vega, and I think he's by far a better bet than that. I think he's a 170 horse. He's thumped all these. He bashed them at the DRF. Is running the champion hurdle. They accepted defeat and rolled him home a second. They didn't empty him out.
Now it makes sense. Constitution Hill farm.
No, but like he was beaten fair and square and he didn't empty the tank. He hasn't ran since. He's going to come here. And I don't know how you could argue the case that Vauban's going to turn that form. Piper was beaten by him at the DRF. Zanahir is beaten by him at the DRF. I think he takes some working in here and I'd be dead shocked if he's beaten.
Oh, he does win. Stuck in a 4-7.
Statement's a certainty.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
God, I think he'd be a 2-5 shot in the day.
I'd say at 4.
But you're all missing the best bet in this race. It's Sharjah to finish second.
Statement.
He's a multiple grade 1 winning, finishing second bastard. That's what he does. That's his MO.
State man.
He does it
Cheltenham
every year.
people.
He's had to do it at
Cheltenham
the
ain't
entry. He done it at the entry behind Conman. He's going to do it here again. That's what he does.
I'll tell you what happens.
He runs his races to finish placed, and he'll do it again here. And what he'll be, might be 11-4 or something like that. I'll have a bit of that.
If you go into the bookies, right, and you have a slip,
Yeah.
and you write state man on it,
Yeah.
at 4-7.
Yeah, how much do you want to put on it, though? That's
Right.
the thing. Oh, you can go in and put a euro on. Yeah, back state man to win. Hey,
4-7.
happy days.
4-7, right?
You want to put
Ruffle.
700 on it?
And you have 700 on it.
Ah, that's different. If you
Right.
have 700, do
And
it.
you go to the woman and you say,
GSI,
I'll be
please.
right?
I'll be
And you
back.
talk
I'll be
about,
back in 15 minutes.
see you later. You come back and you go, and then she hands you 1,100 euro. So you have 400 euro more
Yeah.
than you started with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's the
Sean,
name
you
of the
put
game.
700 on it.
That's
Please
the name of the
gamble
game.
responsibly.
That is
You
the
You
name
can't
of the
say
game.
that. You can't say that.
You napped the
Let
horse
me
in the
loss.
fucking Grand National. 40 runner lunatic handicap.
I didn't
stuck
say if
in.
you walk in and you put 500 euros on 700
No.
euros on the Milan,
700,
you
Tom.
win. This much.
Tom, honestly, like he's a
Hey, I'd
170s
lay
horse.
you if you would have 700 quid with me, I'd lay you 700 quid to 4 on that statement, just for the pure shits and giggles.
Please, I beg.
Fuck me if it would. I'd love to have that 700 quid off you, or if it got beat.
Please do it, Sean. I want to be there when he hands you the 1,100.
Cash out on whatever you have. Go off and get a few loans and lay it off, Tom.
Yeah. No, listen,
Exactly.
Gone windy. He's gone windy.
I'm not. I'm fully in on this. It's on with the bookies, but I think he's a 170s horse. I genuinely do. I think he'd win the champion hurdle 9 out of 10 years. He was just unlucky to run into Constitution Hill, and he's beaten all these. He's fresh coming from Cheltenham. All the boxes are ticked. Go and have a go on him.
I can't understand the argument with this. He's so much better than
I'm
everything
not
else.
having any argument. He wins. Like he wins.
Not into backing at 4-7 in races at the end of the season as well. And as Ben says, what's wrong with €7 to win for?
Nothing. It's money. That's the aim of the game.
Tom, I was just explaining the story. And the story
Just
had,
back
the
winners.
story had 700 euro in it. That's what happened. Job done. Final selection.
Statement to win. But best.
No,
But the bet is
no.
the
That's
bet
the end
is
of it.
Statement will win. But the bet without marker, Sharjah.
Try again. Final selection.
Sharjah without.
Simple. Tom,
Echoes and rain each way, 10-1.
Sean, talk sense.
Tom, 10 euros. Oh, sorry, 20 euros on that. Returns 0.
€0.
See, we're trying to
Zero.
give the worker man's price.
I'm trying to make money here, you know.
Stop lying. Sean, who's going to win?
GSI mode activated, Dave. State man on the absolute Houdini.
Gamble responsible.
State man. State man on the steel.
No. State
you're-
man.
His track record now is saying things like this now. The last 3 or 4 weeks have been
Last time I said on the show, I think
something
was
has
Everton.
always come back to kick him in the balls with it.
What
I
price
hope
did
it's not
Everton
this.
go off at?
What?
I said the last one I done on the show was Everton when she was odds on, but I reckon this guy would be 2-5 on the date.
I'm sure she was still approving back then. Forgot about that.
She won that in the steel as well, so let's hope he does.
So obvious, like.
I know it is. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I wouldn't get. I'd watch him, leave him win. Hey, he's good, isn't he? I'll have to
The other fella's
load
trying
in
to-
at 7-4
the other
on.
fella- The other fella's trying to find an each way bet on a mare that doesn't know which side of the bed she got up with day to day. Like, fucking hell.
She definitely does. She's very consistent.
She literally
She's got really
doesn't.
good Punchestown form, so you can take that back.
Who
You can't
am
wrong.
I?
You cannot
Who
like
am
her.
Oh, my.
That's
Oh,
it.
look at Echoes in rain. Fucking clown horse.
Ah.
Just 'cause you don't like her, Dave. You can't argue with her form, though. Form's in the book.
Oh, if Echoes and Rain wins, I swear to Jesus.
She won't.
I know.
I
but
think State Man will win, but I'll take the 2 places behind her. Behind her.
Ah.
I get that.
Tom, you've just ridiculed me for backing him at 4-7.
Yeah, because I wouldn't back him at 4-7. I
What
think
price would you?
Franklin would have won God knows how many races. I won't back him at 1-10. though.
But the study, the value, the 30 of study, Tom, he's going to go off 2-5.
Oh, Tom, he's just about to give you a value lesson here.
Would you?
Oh my!
Do you have €70, Tom?
Do I have €7? No, I'm struggling at the minute, Dave.
70.
I fucking
70.
I definitely don't have 70. No.
Right, you're struggling. You're struggling. Do you have 70 cents?
I might scrape that together somewhere.
Do you want to make an extra 40 cents?
Not really, because it's my last 70 cents.
Well, we didn't have this conversation about Facile.
Oh.
6 o'clock in Punchestown.
Moving swiftly on.
Facile and State Man are certainties. The 6 o'clock, get on the double, Sean. Good man.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you the go on. We touch on the next one. Go on.
6 o'clock, Punchestown. The Alana Holmes Champion Novice Hurdle, Grade 1. 2 miles, 3.5 furlongs. I don't have betting. There's a million horses entered, but the likes of Absolute Notions, Arctic Moose, Champ Kiley, Cool Survivor, Dark Raven, Imperial Pass, In the Pocket. All them good horses are entered. Sean.
If you want. If you're on about odds on, you might be able to put these two in and go to the Walkman price and take evens. Imperial Passe won't be losing this either. I think he takes serious weapon. I think he's a serious hell tool. He's so professional. He travels, he settles, he does everything right. And he takes some bashing. So if you can throw these two into a multiple statement and Imperial Passe, if you don't like 4 to 7, walk away.
Which one loses? One of them always loses.
Andrew.
Imperial Pass wins.
You didn't sound too confident there.
I just wins. There's no betting there. You don't know what's run. If In the Pocket ran here, I'd be interested in him to follow him home. But the rest of them they've a lot to find with him. Like Gaelic Warrior's not running here, Facile Vega's not running here, The Verge is not running here, Cool Survivor won't. Champ Kiley might. Amir Kabir ran well up to a point the last day. I think he's miles better than these. He's shown that he is. Yeah, he'd probably win. But laws of average, like we say at Cheltenham the whole time, one of the shorties will lose. Who will it be? Nobody knows.
Tom?
Yeah, it won't be this lad anyway. He is an absolute airplane. I know you want to knock his form when he beat the Model Kingdom before we went to Cheltenham, but as predicted, he's an absolute freak. Can't wait to see him run and can't wait to see him next year over a fence. He is an absolute airplane. But as I'm sure you're dying to get stuck into me, same rules apply. If he's 1 to 4, I will go and sit down, watch the telly, put my feet up, and watch the machine. I will not need to have a bet.
You think you go champion hurdle next year, Tom, or Jason?
No, I go Tracy. He's an absolute huge monster. They're not going to want to take on Con Hill. Goes chasing, and yeah, I'd say he's the Turner's horse, and I'd say he'll absolutely shite him.
Fair enough.
I when we know that for sure, I'll have a match bet with you, Tom, that Facile will beat him in the Turners.
Oh, not a hope.
That's
that's
for next year.
Won't get near him.
That's for next year. Would you be worried now if Gaelic Warrior gets beat on what day is he on? Wednesday. Would you be worried if Gaelic Warrior gets beat for this chap?
No, because this lad absolutely battered him. That's like saying, would you be worried about Con Hill if Stateman gets beat? No, he absolutely battered him.
And plus Gaelic Warrior is going up to 3 miles.
You backed Harpies Allen last week at Aintree and he was useless.
Yeah, that was a wild one, Tom.
Oh, you did like what's this like? Why'd you give it that day 4 or 5 years ago? And you backed that horse at 65 they got beat.
Fast forward.
How is that relevant?
Like a deer in the head. I'm just saying, that's his form is there, like, isn't it?
That's in black and white. It's like the Supreme.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. One of these shorties over the week, I bet. It wouldn't surprise me if it's this chap. That doesn't mean he's not.
I'd say there's more chance of being faster at Vega than him.
Go on, Sean. You know the game.
I'm being deadly serious. I'd say there's more chance of faster.
You just hate faster.
I love
can't see
faster.
You can't. You more than when you sit down, you can't see all of them being beaten, but not all of them will win because it just never happens like that. Some will fall or something will happen. If all these horses get entered, it's a very competitive race. So that's why I think.
What, the whole 40 of them?
I'm sure. Look, there's 29 of them there. They might as well run.
Like a fucking Grand National. Punchestown.
There's no prices.
But when you actually sit down and look at it, like there really is not many of them that I don't think are going to run in here. Like when you look at them, Champ Kiley, I'd say probably the rest of it are gone Aintree Cheltenham or Aintree Fury House, and some of them are in the 3 mile race like Affordable Fury. I think the race could fall apart, and with him being at the top of it, I can't see too many wanting to take him on.
It's the end of the season. They couldn't give a shit. They'll throw horses in for the crack.
Sir Gerhard couldn't lose last year either, and he definitely did.
Jesus,
amongst others. On
I said
to
take on last year. Now, in fairness,
huh?
It's Sir Gerhard. I said to take on Sir Gerhard last year from memory. So they can get beat.
They can. They certainly can. On to Saturday, and the first one is the 350 at Punchestown. It's the Coolmore National Hunters Mogul Irish EBF Mayor's Champion Hurl. What the?
it's a great
Do you remember him?
EBF.
Do you remember Mogul?
Mogul, yeah,
Some
big.
fucking dog.
He needed 3
horse.
miles in the fence. He did.
All 2 million worth of not. Anna Benina,
That's what he needed. Not
Brandy
a fucking
Love.
flat track.
Echoes and Rain, Epitaunt, Love Envoy, Marie's Rock, Princess Zoe, Queensbrook, Rebel Ivy, She Wears It Well, and Theatre Glory. Andrew.
If Love Envoy is alright after Cheltenham, she'll take a bit of beating here. I'd give Brandy Love another go. That wasn't her true run. The Cheltenham the same like a few others. Marie's Rock came out and ran a lot better at Aintree. I say there's a few of them that ran under par. But Love Envoy, if she runs to that form behind Honeysuckle, she'll take a lot of beating. But I think Brandy Love, we haven't seen the best of her yet. So the price dependent, Brandy Love probably each way. And if Love Envoy is anything above 2-1, I think that's a great bet.
Sean.
Yeah, Andrew's hit the nail on the head here. I think Love Envoy, she was beaten by Brandy Love in that novice hurdle, but she had a very hard season that year. I think it was a 6 run going in when she was taking her on. She's only had 3 runs this season. I think the best race for her career was run at Cheltenham Festival, only to be beaten by Honeysuckle. If she was any sort of price in here, I'd definitely be backing her.
Tom.
Yeah, I think Love Envoy is a good head, if not a shoulder, as well above these. And yeah, I think she'll win. She'll probably be no price. Harry Fryer's got a good record bringing horses over to Punchestown. He's one of the few UK trainers who's not afraid to do so. And yeah, I think she's got a hell of a chance. There's a horse in here though as well, just an each way shot. Echoes in Rain if she turns up here.
I was just about to say it. I think she'll turn up here, Tom.
She could turn up here. Yeah. If she turns up
here.
Looking at that race, I think she's definitely going to turn up here.
Yes, Tom's done his money again. Champion hurdle gone.
She wears a hurdle, Dave. Your selection?
No, Love Envoy is my selection, and Tom mentioned it regards the horses that Harry Fry's brought over. He brought, I think it was You Know What I Mean, Harry, wasn't it?
Oh, he used to always win the stairs.
Twice he brought him over, and
he won the stairs and a handicap.
3 or 4 times he brought horses over to win handicaps. They're in that neon wolf colours. Remember that horse?
Optimus Pride? No.
Something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, he brought over a few horses, and he generally has a good record. So I'd be with Love Envoy. I think she's very good.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs to lead either. That was just something that happened at Cheltenham. Before that, she was happy enough being held up off the pace. So she's not just a mad front
she's a good one.
Fine selection then, Love Envoy.
Yeah.
Love Envoy, Tom.
Yeah, Love Envoy. Yeah.
Sean.
Love Envoy.
A clean sweep for Love Envoy. And the last one. The Ballymore champion 4-year-old hurl, a grade 1 over 2 miles. Blood Destiny, Flameborough, Gust of Wind. What the hell? Jakovic Cavern. Jazzy Matty, Nuzret, Right Storm, Scriptwriter, Sir Alan, Tekeo, Your Honor, Zarek the Brave, Sinsa, Enjoy the Dream, Galamar, So, Media, Naranja, Zenta, and Lottie Moose.
On the steel.
Correct.
She batters these again.
Lottie out for me.
Yeah, I'm heading up here on Saturday, and I can't wait to say it, to be honest with you. People still have this idea that Carla Marceau is a better horse or is going to improve at one stage, but still, I've heard it. But You seen her the last day at Cheltenham. I thought she was epic. She came down the hill and she latched back onto the bridle. I don't know how to. She like the former's one of the DRF for a reason that Lossie Mount lost about 10 lengths plus. I can't see if she gets a fair run around how that form turns whatsoever.
I don't know. I didn't understand it all season why people kept questioning her.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul didn't pick her. But yeah,
It was the whole Gallimar So thing. I know Gallimar So won, but people say, "Oh, she would have beaten him anyway with or without the interference."
Yeah.
Like, no, she wouldn't have.
I hear all.
Not a whole, like she
all
lost
year
these
now.
10, 15 lengths
She's too
and had to come out and make up the ground and stop. She
She's too
wins.
small. She's too small. She's not a strong stayer. Or she's just all speed.
I never got this. She's not a strong stayer.
She clearly is. Like
I even said, I thought the Friday track was going to sue her down to the ground. The less jumping there is, the more her stamina comes into play. To me, she just looked like she's riddled with stamina.
And the Triumph didn't suit her because she went to the front too soon and pulled herself up there. And I think she's just special filly.
Yeah, I think she's very good. I think the two of them are good, but I don't see how you can still convince yourself that Gallimar So is going to turn the form.
Tom,
I think that Gallimar So is going to turn into Echoes of Rain. She just doesn't race properly.
Tom.
I throw it in there for back.
Oh, sorry.
I think they'd be happy if Gallimar So turned into Echoes and Rain, the amount of grade one she's won have been placed in. So, look, if Lossie Mouse turns up here, she'd win. The interesting lurker is Zarek the Brave. I don't think he's got a chance of reversing the form of Lossie Mouse if she runs to her level. If she bombs out, then sure anything can win. But he actually went off favourite against Lossie Mouth in that Fairy House grade 3. He finished second that day. He beat Comfort Zone, Common Practice, Risk Bell. They've all shown they're no slouches at all. He's obviously had an issue. If he was to run here and you could get an each way price, I'd back him each way because I think the vibes are fairly strong about him at the start of the season. Some of these have had hard seasons now, or they've shown they're just not quite at that level. Lossie Mouth and Gallimar So are the standard setters. But he's one there just as a lurker. He may go under the radar if Lossie Mouth and Gallimar So both turn up.
Andrew?
Lossie Mouth by half track.
Lossie Mouth on the steel.
So throw that into the queue as well.
No, Sir Alan, Dave. No.
Sir Alan, he wanks
It's a
off
handicap.
over Lossie Mouth. You mad? That's like you abandon it. Oh wait, he did abandon it for me.
Handicapper. There's levels to this game, Sean. You should know this.
I know too well.
Like Arsenal.
Echoes in Fishhook.
Come here to me, you.
Oh, stop. Nat's the next best for the week. Tom.
My nap comes in the 7:10 on Thursday, 2 mile 5 mares handicap chase.
Of course it does.
I'm just trying to look at your faces here, just to see if you're taking the piss. Henry de Bromhead is in very good form at the minute, and he's got a lovely mare for this. A mare by the name of Secret She Keeps. Hasn't been seen since November. The stable look like they're in a lot better form now. She couldn't win a maiden hurdle this filly. She ran to RPRs of 86 and 95, and then she went chasing. And she got beaten in the nose by Am I Right, who's now rated 142. There were 47 lengths back to the third horse. Grand Rock fell 3 out. What's available unseated 2 out. She was bang there with all of those good horses. She then won a beginner's chase at Furless and then ran creditably in a handicap behind Fosse July. She got beaten 6 lengths off 119. She comes into this fresh. The day she ran that race of her life against Am I Right, she was off a 99-day break. She comes into this off a 158-day break. The stable's in good form. She's off a mark of 120 in a race that, look, it's competitive, but it's a 0 to 130 mares handicap chase. I think she is the absolute bet of the week for me. I will be getting well stuck into her. And then my next best, I will be putting up Classical Dream.
Andrew?
Nap, from what we talked about, is Sharjah without Stateman. Next best is Classic Getaway on Tuesday.
My nap is Love Envoy. I think she's the beaten of the other mares, and with the record that he has bringing horses over. And my next best is a Henry horse as well. Tom was talking about one there. It's not the mare. It's a horse that Andrew liked to start the season, and he said next time it runs that he's going to back it on good
Life in the
ground. Life in the Park in the 2 mile 5 handicap chase on Friday.
What?
That's a good shout, actually. I've forgotten
What
about
is
it.
he?
Carrying 10 stone 12.
Oh, GSI!
And
orgasmic.
he won at the festival last year in a handicap hurdle. So likes this time of year, likes the ground.
Backed him that year as well.
Sean.
Fantastic.
I can't wait until I look into the group chat on Friday and Dave O'Keefe just has the words Henry de Bromhead. Nothing else, nothing more. But
In Henry we trust.
yeah,
King Henry.
In the race we cover, well, the GSI of the week for me is State Man, but he's no price. I can't really be putting him up. I'd say Nap is Gaelic Warrior, and next best be Fronley at 10-1.
I can't put up an odds on shop, so I'll put up an odds on shop.
Oh yeah, he's gone. Sorry, he's gone. I was on. I don't know.
Oh, levels to this game, Dave. Levels to it.
Just put up statement.
You've had a fucking meltdown now.
Yeah, I forgot.
You are the human.
I backed him at 7-4, and I haven't written down at 7-4.
All apart.
I haven't written down a 7-4. I forgot you was back. Sorry, but frontally, I've had a bet on him.
That's like Sean. I have him 7-4. She'll get him a 7-4.
I'm going to give you a pass, Sean. You've had a hard weekend. You used your energy levels elsewhere.
Up the gunners.
Up something else. On that note,
wow.
We've probably wasted enough of your time. It's been great throughout the season doing these, festivals and so on and so forth. It's the last jumps one. You won't see us as much over the summer. It's going to be
God
good.
says most.
We probably all need a little break, but Andrew has the schedule up on the website.
No, but I will. But I will put it up. I'll stick it up on Twitter the Sunday after Punchestown.
Okay, so the schedule for what we'll be covering will be up. We will obviously do some sort of Royal Ascot preview and then the big meetings, but not every week.
We're here May, June. We are not here in July and August at all. We're back in September properly.
We counting down to Cheltenham then.
Cheltenham Festival anti-post number 1, September the 1st. No, it's not.
Thank you to everybody that watches and that comments, abuses, whatever you want to do. It all helps the channel. It's all for the crack. We enjoy doing it. I hope you enjoyed the entirety of the jumps season in 2022 and 2023.
That was a Lydia Hislop outro. Well done.
Thank you.
Tom, you press that button there.
I will. Bye, guys.